Hi, first graders. It's Miss Henderson. And I have to start by saying, boys and girls, wow. Look at all of the good habits that you are already using with your reading in first grade. Hopefully, after my lessons, you are going off to either Baskets or Epic or using Just Right books from home and using these good habits like reading more and more or scooping up words and phrases or checking your sneak peek. Hopefully you're using all of those good habits with your reading. So boys and girls, I have to tell you something. When I was a little girl, I would always have a packed lunch for school. My mom would make me a sandwich, and I loved bananas, so she would put a banana in there. But sometimes I wouldn't eat all of my lunch. And then sometimes I would eat half of my banana, and I would leave it in my bag. So then I would get home and have a very smelly bag from all of my rotten bananas. I had a bad habit. That was not a good habit. It was something I did a lot. I left my smelly bananas, and my mom was not happy. The reason I'm telling you this is because sometimes as readers, boys and girls, we still use some bad habits. Our goal is to drop those bad habits and pick up good habits. Let's go ahead and go back to Gazi and Gertie and do a little reading together. All right, you should see Gazi and Gertie on your screen, boys and girls. Let's go ahead and get started. This is Gazi. This is Gertie. Gazi wears bright red. I don't know that word. I'm just going to freeze. Thumbs up if you have ever just froze when you started reading. You got stuck on a word and you didn't use any strategies. That's called the freeze. We want to drop that bad habit. Let's look over here. The freeze. We want to drop that. Instead, let's use a strategy, boys and girls. Let's stretch out the word. And red. Gazi wears bright red boots. Gertie wears bright blue boots. They are friends. Best friends. They I'm going to ask another teacher. Miss Perkins, can you help me with this word? I just don't know it. Boys and girls, am I going to become a better reader by asking somebody to help me with the word and not trying? No, I'm not. That's called the tell me. I'm not going to ask my families to help me stretch out the word. I'm going to use my strategies. Let's look. I can look at the picture and look at the letters. They it looks like they're splashing. That must be the word splash. They splash in the rain. They play hide and seek in the daisies. Let's go ahead and make sure we're practicing our scooping, right? Let's try to scoop 2 or 3 words together. They dive in the pond. Did you just understand what Miss Henderson said? Or did I mumble? I did the mumble. That's a bad habit, boys and girls. The mumble is when I don't know what the words are, so I just pretend to read them. Is that going to help me become a stronger reader? No, of course not. I need to try to stretch out those words. They watch in the night. They play in the haystacks. Gazi and Gertie are best friends. Everywhere Gauzy goes, Gertie goes too. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to pause there so we can go back over to look at some of those bad habits that Miss Henderson wants to drop today. I want you to look over at my screen. The freeze. The freeze is when you get to a word and you don't know what it is and you just stop. Are we going to use the freeze? Of course not. We're going to try to use our strategies to stretch out the word. The next bad habit that we're going to drop is the tell me. That's when you ask somebody around you to just tell you the word. Boys and girls, we know we're big first grade readers now. We need to try our best to stretch it out and use our strategies. How about the mumble? The mumble was when I just went, that wasn't reading the words. No, of course not. We need to try our best. And the last one, boys and girls, is the blooper. Do you see down here? Here is the blooper. The blooper is kind of silly. This is something that I see a lot, boys and girls. This is when you see a word and you just pretend it's a different word. You just add in your own word without looking at the correct spelling. We want to try our best to make sure we are dropping these bad habits and we're picking up good habits. Here we go, boys and girls. We can check the picture. If we don't know a word, we can look at all the parts of the word. Let's stretch this out. Aches, makes. And then we can check it to see, does that make sense? All right, first graders. I'm going to put the camera back on so you can see me. So, you have a job today. When you're reading your books or on RazKids, if you get stuck on a word, which we all get stuck on words, you are going to drop those bad habits. And instead, you're going to pick up a good habit. Practice with me. Ready? Let's drop the bad habits. Drop those bad habits and pick up the good habits. Like checking the picture, looking at all of the parts of the words, and then thinking, would that make sense? All right, go off and have an awesome time reading today, okay? See you tomorrow.